Welcome to Loving with Tiara. I am Tiara, Homeschool Edition. I just want to start and say, do you hate it? I hope not. Is this your job? And we want to make sure that we figure out how to change that. So that's why I'm here today, is to tell you to change the filter and look for the positives. How do you do that? By being present. Instead of focusing on other things that are going on. Schedule. Make sure your schedule is organized. Make sure that when you are committed to your homeschooling, that you are there and not thinking about other things, that you are looking for positives, that you are being the role model that you want your children to see, that you're being the teacher, whether that is kindergarten teacher, middle school, high school, whatever it is that you would want. Remember that person and try to give that to your child every day. If that was your kindergarten teacher that offered you warm hugs, provide that. Hug your children. Different ages, that hug is more like this. Different circumstances, it's more like this. But if you can sneak in a physical touch, obviously, please do. In traditional schools, that I can't really do so much of that anymore. But I do remember that touch and that safety and making sure that I felt that I could come there and just be free to learn. And that's what we're trying to create here with our homeschooling and our personal situations. But in order to create a job and make your job, which is your homeschooling, your teaching, your education, to make that the environment and create the environment that you want and change that underlying feeling that some of us have. We want to make sure that we understand why we're doing it. Why are we homeschooling? And whatever those reasons are, they're different for many, many, many people. And that's not as important as how you want to spend your time, because it is your time. And if it's not being spent the way you want to, your life is passing. That time is passing. So either change it and do something different, or change it and do the same thing with a different filter. Filter. The filter you put on your eyes, your heart, your mind, is how your life and how you'll see life. That's what you want. You want to be able to see life the way you want to see life. And the words, the thoughts, the feelings you have, that's how you see life. It's your words are a reflection. Your thoughts, your emotions, they're a reflection of you and what you have going on. So sometimes we need to look in that mirror and make sure that we are aware of how we're feeling and why. If there's changes that need to be made, which if you hate it, there are, readjust the schedule. Make sure that you are sticking to a self-loving first calendar, that your schedule meets all of your needs, that otherwise you're not going to be a happy teacher, and it's going to be reflected through tone, through grading, through field trips or lack thereof. Just get it done. I had 3 different ages and different grades. I mean, elementary, middle, and high school. Very difficult at times. Change the words. Very challenging to balance when you don't realize why you're feeling the way you're feeling. I just knew I was crying. I was overwhelmed with the amount of sheer curriculum that was being mailed to my home and trying to learn it. I was not, a teacher by trade. I'm not a teacher by trade. I'm actually a teacher by heart, I guess, by love. I was just born that way. Many of us are. That's how we got into this. So with that being said, once I realized I'm crying, I don't want to be a crying teacher. Coming to work the next day with my eyes swollen because I've been crying all night trying to figure out what in the world I got myself into. why am I doing this? And why can't it just be over? That's not the teacher you want your children to have. It really isn't. And though they may not have known that then, they can feel certain. They can feel it. Everybody can feel that. I know I did, and that's what's important. I don't want to be that person every day because my time is still being spent. So if I'm going to spend it, I'm going to make sure that I'm spending it being the most dedicated, committed, graceful, loving, fun, let's say creative in enhancing my life, my job. So it's not about them. It's about me saying, I want my job to look like this. And you have the beauty and the power in homeschooling to create the job that you actually want and what you want it to look like. If you want to be the teacher that teaches and instructs from 60 minutes and you stand there for 60 minutes and then boom, you do your thing, then when you're standing there, you be the most graceful, the most patient, the most elegant, the most well-spoken. Make sure your lectures are absolutely beautiful. Have PowerPoints, bingo, YouTube videos, Khan Academy's flashing. You want some music, have music going. Make it what you want. I mean, not many people have the ability in their outside jobs to play what they want, especially with their children's education. So you do. You do. I mean, could you imagine when they get older and they say, oh, well, how are you with math? And they're like, oh, I love math. I love math so much. Why? Depending on the music you like. My mother was playing heavy metal the whole time. Or my mother was playing Bon Jovi or Mozart. My kids listen to a lot of Mozart. But anyhow, whatever it is that gets your creative juices flowing, yours. Being sensitive to their needs as well. You might have to put in an earpiece. You might have to play it where only you can hear it so that you can be the teacher that you want to be. Whatever it is that you do, make sure that your job reflects who you truly want to be and who you truly are inside and your reasons for doing what you're doing. You don't want to spend the next 18 years or however long you homeschool and then look back and say, oh, I'm done. Or I'm done, but be resentful that you spent the time and you don't really feel like you did it well. So do it well by your standards. Make sure that your lesson plans are exactly what you would have wanted when you were sitting on the opposite side of that table. Creative. Does it take time? Yes. But guess what? When you change the filter, you look forward to it because you get to be there when your child's light bulb goes off. And appreciate those moments. Appreciate when you see those. And understand when they don't want to be there. Understand when they don't want to be there. They still have to be there. But still conduct yourself and respond in the same way that you have, with pride, with patience, with whatever it is you wanted your teacher to give you, gracefulness, understanding, homework, because it seems like he didn't get it done here. And I still have a schedule to keep. But then when grading it, actually read it. Look at how they're writing. Make sure you understand what they're saying, what they're talking about. What are they learning? Are you really just looking for errors? Because that's kind of negative. If you're reading the assignment and you're only looking for errors to correct, you're missing the opportunity to read your children's writing and look how they form their words. How they form their words is so important. The way they put their words together, the way you speak words, reflects a lot, changes a lot. So, yeah, listen to it. Make sure you're there with them. Don't catch yourself a week later realizing, what is he doing in history? I don't even know this part of the story. I've been there. I've been there. So we don't want to do that. It was literally just me grading it because I just had so much that I just wanted to get it done. Is there enough time in the day to just do this? Yeah, there is, with a balanced schedule. I do work with that so that we can teach and teach with balance. Yeah, teach with balance. We want to make sure that we are scheduling enough time to get it all in so that things are not stressed, so that you do have your exercise time, so that you do have your field trip time, so that you do have creative planning time, so that you're not working on this all night and all day, so that sometimes you say, well, my children are going to actually go off to college eventually, or they're not going to go to college, but they may change their mind. And they're going to need to know how to do homework. They're going to need to know how to study. So scheduling that time gives you downtime to go and do your needs and actually do them. Put it down. Put the homeschooling down. When you check out, check out. Check out. Well, I still have to grade papers. I know. That's when you check back in. It's on your calendar. And if you're having trouble with that, definitely come and talk to me somehow, some way. Through YouTube, there is Facebook, there is cruises, there's conferences, there's all types of things. So if you need help, I'm here. But we definitely want to be the teachers that we want our children to have in the future. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. Did I miss anything? Filter changing your day, your time, loving what you do. We don't want to hate our jobs, especially not with these little ones. Not when our jobs are our children.